Greek mythology is full of terrifying deaths, violent ends, and underworld dread, which is exactly why Macaria stands out. Macaria is associated with blessed or fortunate death, and that makes her one of the quietest yet most surprising figures in Greek myth.
She does not dominate the underworld the way Hades does. She does not terrify like the Charis or haunt like Melanie. Instead, she represents the possibility that death can come gently, mercifully, or at the right time. That is a remarkable idea.
Modern audiences often assume ancient myth only dramatized fear, but the Greeks were more nuanced than that. They knew death was not a single emotional category. A peaceful end was different from a violent one. A timely death was different from a cruel or prolonged death. Macaria belongs to that difference. This gives her an unusual emotional power. She represents the death that does not destroy dignity, the death that arrives without frenzy, the death that spares a person from worse suffering. In a world where so many mythic deaths are spectacular and awful, Macaria reminds us that ancient people also hoped for endings that were bearable. That hope matters.
It means mythology was not only a language for terror, but also a language for mercy. Macaria's obscurity is almost ironic because her role is deeply human and still understandable now. People still distinguish between tragic death and peaceful death. They still recognize that not all endings are equally feared. Some are mourned with relief as much as pain. Macaria is the divine version of that complexity. She also reveals something about how the Greeks personified conditions rather than only personalities. Not every divine figure needed a large, dramatic story. Some represented states, outcomes, and qualities of human experience. Blessed death is one of those. It is subtle, but it is profound. That subtlety may also explain why she faded from broader recognition. Gods of thunder and underworld rule are easier to remember than a goddess associated with a favorable mode of dying. But from a philosophical and emotional point of view, she may be one of the most mature figures in the mythic system because she stands exactly where fear and acceptance meet. Macaria does not make death pleasant. She makes it gentler than it might have been. That is not a trivial distinction. It speaks to the ancient wish that mortality, if unavoidable, might at least spare a person unnecessary anguish. And perhaps that is why she deserves to be remembered more. She widens the emotional range of Greek mythology. She shows that the underworld is not only a place of punishment and dread, but also a place where the Greeks could imagine mercy within inevitability. That is a much richer idea than most people expect from the myth of death.